I wanted to make you a quick demo of how to make a Padlet, just in case you forget a step or something like that. I know I always forget when I go to a training and then I'm like, how'd they do that exactly? So anyway, once you go to Padlet.com and you've clicked where you want to log in, so you go ahead and you log in, you use your Google account and make sure that you say that you are a teacher if it asks you. And then you go ahead and you come to a screen that looks like this, except yours might be a little bit emptier because you won't have any Padlets made yet. But it's really simple. The good news is all you have to do is you go to this button here, you go to Make a Padlet. Then you have to choose what kind of a format that you want. For me, for this one, I'm going to go ahead and make a wall. And then here, you go ahead and you change it. You change the title to suit your needs. So for this one, I'm going to write Padlet examples because I'm making one for you guys right now, just in case you want to browse some examples. So for the description, this is where I would also put in instructions for students if I needed to. So browse the examples provided here. As you look, think about how you might use Padlet in your own classroom. Keep in mind, students can create accounts, collaborate with each other, which is super cool, and share them with you. Okay, so then you have some options. I'm going to stick with that picture. Why not? It's attractive. And then you can change your font if you want to and that kind of stuff. You can change whether you want the post to be dark or light. And then you can choose if you want some kind of a little icon image for what it's about. Attribution is something I definitely recommend for if you're having students post on your Padlet. Then if they log in with Google when they come to Padlet, then you know who said what, which is really handy because every once in a while you might get a little snarky comment, which is really annoying. Profanity filter just covers it up with emojis, which is kind of nice. Not that anyone would swear. But for example, one time a kid was trying to post something about the Ho Chi Minh Trail and it bleeped him out, which was kind of funny. And then if you want others to be able to comment, which I would like you guys to be able to comment on the different posts that you're looking at, so I'm going to put that on there. Then this is really cool too. For reactions, you can grade student responses if they post to your Padlet. You can have them like the posts or you can give them a star. You guys can rate ours if you want to. I'm going to put some examples of mine and then also of Mr. Romero's on here. And then you can rename this if you want to. So I'm going to put Padlet PD. Oh, well, I already made this. Padlet session. How about that? That'll work. Then, after I've made those choices, then I go up to next. And then I tend to keep them secret just because I'm going to share the link with those people who I want to have access to it, but I don't necessarily want the entire world to have access to it, especially since I'm going to use student work on here and it's going to have their names on it. Those with access can write. Now, if you want, you can change this to just can read if you're featuring a set of sources for students. If you want them to actually be able to post to your Padlet or to make comments or whatever, then put can write. Can moderate means that they can change other people's posts. So I honestly have never used this unless I'm working with another teacher on one. But can write is pretty much usually my default if I'm having students interact with it. And I want you guys to be able to use it today, so I'm going to stick with can write. Or you can just add contributors, so I could invite Mr. Romero here if I wanted to, as long as he has an account. And then remake, yeah, I don't care if anyone does that. I don't need to moderate. Moderating's really annoying if you want to approve every single comment that's ever put on one. That's a lot of time and effort. So, and now I'm ready to start posting. So here I go. All I have to do to create a post is I go to this handy plus sign. I go like this, and then for mine, I chose grid, so it's going to pack them in as I add things. So right here, I might say an example, I'm going to put a student made example. This one was super cool. I loved what these kids did with their example. So actually, and this is kind of funky, but I need to go and get the link for that. And the link for that is on here. So for my student example, I want to copy that address. All right, a Padlet about a Padlet. It's just way out there. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to link it in. Boom. Save. And what's really nice is that it creates a little image for you too of whatever the source is, or at least usually it does. It tries. You can also stick a series of websites on here, whatever. So here's Vietnam Terms and Connections. And this is made by a group of students who collaborated. So made by a group of students. So it's kind of a cool way to do a group project. Okay. Another thing to know is that if you're creating a post or if you're having students create a post, they can snap a picture, which is kind of awesome. You can use what I used just a moment ago and link in any website, URL, whatever. You can also go over here, and there's so many different options these days, which is awesome. Like, let's say you have a math class and you want them to be able to write something. You want them to be able to answer a question or an equation or something like that. You can see how advanced my math is. 4 plus, ooh, okay, you got to hit the cursor there. 4 plus 2 equals 6. Okay, and then they've got the erase tool down here if they need to, because that was pretty sloppy. Wow. Whoop. Okay, so anyway, oh wow, and it looks like I can change the background too. How funky. Oh no, wait, that's the font. Okay, neat. Anyway, so there's lots of different uses of it. And see how my name is up here? If students log in with Google, and you can have them do that by clicking on I think when they're in it, they either click on the 3 dots or they click on the icon on the side over here and they make sure to go ahead and log in. Alrighty. So anyway, that's that. You can also delete one really easily. But one thing that I had students use a while back, which you'll see on the Vietnam one if you choose to look at it. Oh, you can link to one of your other Padlets right here. Isn't that nice? Is you can record your screen, you can do a voice recording, you can capture video from your camera, so you can turn this on, and then you would go ahead and make a small video. And I've done this for kids when I've been leaving instructions, and it's easier for me to just go ahead and tell them. It's also a great way to flip your classroom if you're interested in doing that. Now, let's say your Padlet is all complete and done, and you're all ready to go and share this with the world, and you want to put it out there for your kids. What you can do is you can go right here to those 3 dots, and then you can either invite people individually if you're inviting another teacher or something like that, or where it says share or embed, you can click right there and then copy the link to this Padlet. And then what you'll do is you'll go into your Google Classroom and you'll go ahead and you'll say, okay, Padlet to explore. And then I'm going to go ahead and click the link here, place it there, Padlet session, add link, and then post it, and students are able to access it really easily. So that is just a little bit on how to create a Padlet and how easy it is. I hope that that's helpful to you. If you have any questions, just let us know.